Congratulations, Luke. You're fresh off the stage, and I'm going to say you're into the last 32 of the William Hill World Darts Championship. How does that sound?
Incredible. If you'd have told me this 2 years ago, I wouldn't have believed you. You know, obviously, two great performances on the stage. That game was a lot harder than the first one. You know, I was tested there at the right times, and I thought that the experience was going to prevail for Stephen. I think wasn't in a negative mind, but obviously he kept sort of hitting the right scores at the right time. I was thinking, am I going to let this slip, you know? But obviously that 88 and to win the match was just absolutely huge, and it sort of said to me, look, experience on this stage does actually tell.
First two sets were almost dart perfect, averaging over 100, didn't give Stephen a sniff. Is that the best, those two sets in particular, is that the best you've played on TV?
Oh, definitely, 100%. They were two fantastic sets, and I tried putting a third one together, obviously, but it's not that easy, you know. Obviously, the first set was more comfortable. The second set was much harder, and he really come back at me, you know. And credit to him, he's a world champion, so it's not going to be easy. I'm not going to go two sets up, and he's just going to let me win, you know. So credit to Stephen, he come back at me, but I really sort of dug in there in the end, you know. A few missed doubles from him, a few missed doubles from me, but yeah, like I said, I really dug in there and got the win there.
Fourth set, where you pinched the leg on your own throw when Stephen missed a few doubles, did that give you the confidence then to go and attack his throw on the last one?
Yeah, definitely. You know, I realised that he was a bit vulnerable in the end there, because obviously, did he miss four darts to win the set? So I thought, no, he's let me back in here. I let him in. He let me back in. So they made it 2-2, and then in the last leg of the set, he really didn't sort of find anything. And I just thought, yeah, I think my first score was 140, I think, something like that, you know, so I thought, punish him, and it sort of tailed, and obviously in the end, that 88 finish was just fantastic. That's one of the biggest shots of my career.
Best result in your career to date?
Oh, definitely, hugely, you know. Possibly near the top 64 in the world now. We had this conversation last time. I said, if I win one more, I might be in the top 64. I might be 65th now, maybe, but I'm going in the right direction where I want to be.
You're in the much talked about bottom half of the draw, and it's really opening up now. Do you dare to dream that you can do a Rob Cross?
I don't think it's open that much. I think there's a lot of good players in there. You know, I'm looking at Johnny Clayton with Dimitri next. Really tough game. After that, I'm looking at possibly Rob Cross. Another tough game. And then after that, I could be looking at Michael Smith, Mentor Silovic. So I don't think it's open. I think there's a lot of good players to play. Yeah, and we all dream to be world champion, but I think you've got to be a realist and just take every game as it comes, because if we look too far into the future, then that's when some people can fail. So I think take one game at a time, and we'll go from there and keep playing like that if I can.
Over the last few days, you've become a real fan's favourite, and social media's gone into meltdown. That must feel nice, knowing that you're doing the right things in the sport you love doing.
Yeah, it's great. You know, everybody that sends me a message on Facebook or Twitter, I always reply, because I appreciate every single bit of support I get. And it means a lot to me, because obviously I'm just starting out in my career. Obviously I don't have many fans yet, you know, because I'm still learning, but every single person I get that supports me, and I'll say them, I really appreciate it, because it does help me, because I do it for my family, but I always do it for my friends and my supporters as well, the few I have.
It's just going to make Christmas dinner taste an awful lot better knowing you don't come back here again until afterwards.
It's going to taste fantastic. But I'll be practicing on Christmas Day. You know, I will not change my schedule. 4 hours a day. It will be on Christmas Day as well. Unfortunately, Phil Taylor was a great example to say you can have Christmas any day. You can have Christmas Day any day. You know, but my Christmas Day, it won't be on Christmas Day. If you get what I mean, you know, it'll be after, because I'm still in the competition here, and I'm going to keep going.
Luke, congratulations! Unbelievable performance. Well done and well played.
Thank you very much. Cheers. Thank you.